Sean Strickland exposes Khamzat Chimaev for hanging around vicious dictators and brings up what MMA media is too scared to talk about, which is Khamzat Chimaev's ties to Chechen dictator Ramzan Kadyrov. A Sean Strickland media day is usually a treat, but this one was as disruptive as ever.
Let's get a nice shout out to my boy Luigi. All you need is a 3D printer and a suppressor and you can change the fucking world.
Sean Strickland decided to expose Khamzat Chimaev because Khamzat is of course next in line for the middleweight title, as Sean Strickland brought up that sensitive taboo topic that nobody wants to talk about.
I keep hearing Chimaev this, Chimaev this, Chimaev that, but what does the history and facts say about Chimaev? Chimaev fled Chechnya with his family because, you know, an oppressive warlord dictator that killed people indiscriminately. He goes back to Chechnya because somebody wants to buy him a G-Wagon. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be that whore. I'll do it. I'll fucking bend the knee for you, man. I like fucking G-Wagons. You, sir, are a whore. You fled a country, you went back and you got buddy-buddy with a dictator and you fled again. You are and will always be a fucking whore. That's a good one, right?
And I love when Sean Strickland is done, the media just says nothing. Because as I've said, this is something that everybody has known. It's been a topic that I think is honestly pretty interesting that I think people would want to hear about. Point is I'm here to talk about it. So who is Ramzan Kadyrov, right? Kadyrov and Khamzat Chimaev have had a pretty good relationship over the past years. They've been seen together multiple times. Even Ramzan Kadyrov gifting Khamzat Chimaev a Mercedes-Benz when Khamzat wanted to retire.
I even saw the Chechen leader, Ramzan.
Ramzan, yeah.
He surprised you with a Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, actually, I gave him 3 times.
3 Benzes?
Three Benzes?
Yeah.
Did he talk to you when you were trying to retire too?
Yeah, he did.
He just bought you another Benz and said, I'll buy you a Benz when you retire?
Yeah, when I see the Benz become a healthy man.
If you've been an MMA fan for a while now, you'll remember that there was a time where Khamzat Chimaev was thinking of retiring because of health issues. A lot of people say Ramzan Kadyrov pressured Khamzat Chimaev to stay in MMA. And with Khamzat being gifted this car, it really does raise a lot of concerns with financial ties to the dictator. And that's what Ramzan Kadyrov is, right? He is a dictator. He is the leader of Chechnya, and we're going to get into some of the horrific things he has done. Essentially taking away free speech, human rights, I mean, just committing war crimes. You cannot oppose this guy. If you oppose this guy, you are going to end up dead. And we're going to get into it because there are quite a lot of people that have opposed Kadyrov that have actually not made it out. There's even this weird video of Khamzat Chimaev training with him, and yeah, you can clearly tell Khamzat Chimaev's not trying at all, letting Kadyrov win, and even Kadyrov punching Khamzat Chimaev in the face at times. It is a strange, weird, and twisted video, honestly. Khamzat Chimaev even cornered the son of Ramzan Kadyrov for his MMA fight. Now, it's actually worth noting that Kadyrov's son fought for his own father's promotion. You know, the same MMA promotion that forced 2 kids to fight on it. And this was the betting line going into the fight, so you can imagine that this fight was probably not the most legit. And like I said, I mean, him and Khamzat have a pretty good relationship, and Sean Strickland did call out Khamzat Chimaev pretty bad. Ramzan even went to Chimaev's last fight, and there's a video of him greeting Chimaev after the win. And as I said, Kadyrov has done so much bad stuff. He kills people that talk against him, like in 2020 when a Chechen opposition blogger, Imran Aliyev, was found murdered in France with multiple stab wounds. He criticized Kadyrov and the Chechen government and then wound up dead. There's also multiple reports of him killing people just because they're gay, like in 2017, reports surfaced of a state-organized campaign of detaining and torturing LGBTQ individuals in Chechnya, where many survivors fled to Europe to be able to tell people what was going on. In 2019, 2 gay men escaped Chechnya but were forcibly returned by Russian authorities. They were later reported tortured and killed, like they literally died, and is known for committing war crimes. Like about 2 years ago or so, Kadyrov posted a video of one of his soldiers cutting off the ears of a captured Ukrainian fighter.
What about the image of Chechnya? Once again, critics say extrajudicial executions, forced disappearance of opponents, persecution of homosexuals. These are the allegations made against you in Chechnya.
He reacts to committing mass murder and war crimes like a dad in a comedy film reacting to the fact that he accidentally shrunk his kids. Like, oh yeah, I guess I kind of have to fix that. And Khamzat Chimaev isn't the only one. I mean, we've seen guys like Justin Gaethje have problems like this, Henry Cejudo, Kamaru Usman, Khabib. I mean, the list goes on, and it's not cool to do this. I mean, people have been freaking out about Bryce Mitchell, yet people still just ignore the fact that, you know, people like Justin Gaethje, Khamzat Chimaev, and all these people have actually hung out with a dictator. dictator, like a in real life dictator that is living right now, that is still dictating. And this isn't to minimize what Bryce Mitchell did. I already made a video criticizing the hell out of him, so I already don't like that. So you gotta criticize everything, and yeah, this is just not right. And after Sean Strickland's comments, Khamzat Chimaev had to respond. And after Sean Strickland's comments, Khamzat Chimaev responded. He posted on Twitter a picture of Sean Strickland with that new weird mustache or laughing emojis. But even crazier is the fact that Khamzat Chimaev posted a picture of Sean Strickland and I believe his dad and said, "Why are you baby crying all the time? Father didn't give you love, or he showed his love to you too much." Obviously making fun of Sean Strickland for his past comments about his history of abuse with his dad. You know, his dad used to abuse him. Something Dricus du Plessis brought up and Sean Strickland freaked out about.
I remember like laying in bed. Like I remember I stopped believing in God, man. Like fucking, like I had fucking, yeah, it's crazy shit, dude.
I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all good, dude.
And credit to Sean Strickland for bringing this up, even though he's headlining the worst pay-per-view of all time. I mean, if you look at their card, guys, I mean, even Tapology can't believe that this is a main card right here. I mean, you'll look. I mean, there's nothing on here. I mean, look, du Plessis, Sean Strickland, a good fight. Wei Li, Zhang, Tatiana Suarez. I'm decently excited for that fight. And then after that, there's just such a drop-off. I mean, seriously. The last time Justin Tafa won a fight was like, I think UFC 293 when Adesanya lost to Sean Strickland. Yeah, that's literally when the last time this guy won was. Curious to see how this thing sells. It does not feel like UFC fight week. I don't even know, guys. And one last thing, by the way, I'm not suicidal. So if I wind up dead, man, just know that Kadyrov sent some hitman after me, because there's no way. I feel like I gotta be walking these streets looking both ways now, or else I'm gonna end up dead like that Chechen blogger. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, there's gonna be a little bit more of a different video than usual. I'm gonna be predicting the full card from top to bottom and a little bit of a longer style video. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best fan base to MMA. Make sure you check out my last video talking about how John Jones and Tom Aspinall is on life support. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.